In this video, you're going to learn how to solve the mirror cube. It'd be very helpful if you knew how to solve a regular 3x3, and I have plenty of videos on that, just that, but if you don't know how to, it's okay. You could probably still learn how to solve this. But here we go. So here's what it looks like mixed up, scrambled. Don't let this scare you. It may look like this is going to be very difficult, but it is. It looks like a shapeshifter, but actually it's not. Because sure, the shape changes, but the actual shapes of the pieces are the same. But this is not considered a shapeshifter. So the first thing you want to do is see if you can find any edges that line up. So like this, that line up with the centerpiece. If you can't find any, then just keep turning until one matches. And you might have to turn for a while, but probably not. So there we go. This matches, and the way to double check is run your finger across, and if it is completely smooth, it's a match. Then you're gonna see if this matches. That obviously doesn't, and you're gonna turn, and that matches. So now that is our first piece. Next, we're gonna move on to the next piece, which will be this one, or this one. So right now we're just making a cross, and you want to make sure you don't mess up this piece. So now we'll keep turning this until one matches, and it doesn't, so we'll try this side, and this one also, so we'll try the last side, and this one also doesn't. So that means that they're either twisted or on the bottom. So here I can kind of tell this is the thickness I need, so I'm going to look for a piece that looks about that thick. This one right here actually looks pretty thin too. So what I'm going to do, this side of this piece, this side needs to line up with that. And how we can do that is move this away, put this in, and then push it back. And now this lines up. And that happened to already be in its right spot. If it was somehow over here and it didn't line up, but it does line up on the top, what you're going to do is move this piece to the top when you hold the cross on the bottom. Then you're going to keep moving it until it lines up. And there it lines up, and then I'm going to turn it 2 times, and there we go. So there are our first 2 pieces. Now we can see if we find another one that thick. And this one looks pretty good. So here's our 2 solved ones, and then here's the piece we need. Here we can see if it lines up, but it doesn't. So what we're going to do, this piece needs to go right here. This sticker needs to go here, and we can get that up there like that. And it already lines up. So now we'll move on to the final piece of the cross, which goes there. And we'll just see if any of these line up. They don't. Let's see. So this might be a challenging part, just looking for the pieces, but it looks like that is the same thickness, and so that might be able to fit there. So if we go and if you turn it 2 times where it's in its spot but just in the wrong way, you're just gonna go like this. Move it over to the right, push this piece down, push the top back over, and then move the face counterclockwise. And if it doesn't match, then find a different piece, but if it does match, then keep moving on. So the next step is to find all of the corners that go here. So what we're going to do is look for the same thickness, just a piece that might go there. So this piece, actually I think it needs to go there, or it just needs a twist. So you need to learn these 4 moves: up, over, down, over. So whenever you have a piece and you think it goes there, put it above its spot, like this one needs to go where this piece is. And then we're going to keep doing those 4 moves until it solves. And there we go. If you do it like 6 or 7 times and it just doesn't solve, then you have the wrong piece. Next, let's see, this piece, that looks like this could go there, so we'll try that. And it went in on the first 4 moves, so now we'll move on to the next one, which is right here. That looks like it could be this one. And then we'll do those 4 moves. It didn't go in, but we're going to try it again. We're just going to keep trying until it goes in, and there we go. So that one's solved. Finally, this piece looks like... It's hard to tell because there's a giant piece in the way. But I think maybe this one. So we'll see. Didn't solve, so we'll try it again. Try it one more time. And there we go, it did solve. So now if you have the first face completely solved, what you're going to do is you're going to find, the next step is just to solve these 4 pieces here right above them. So this piece is already solved. So we're going to find a piece that lines up with the centers on the sides and doesn't line up on the top. So what I mean by that is like this piece right here, it lines up with this center but not this one. And the reason we want that is because it lines up with this side, and because it doesn't go here, it's either going to go here or here. So it's kind of hard to tell which one it goes in, but we're going to first just learn this algorithm from the right side. You're going to need to know this from the right and the left. So first you're going to go like this from the, if you're trying to put the edge onto the right side, go like this. Move it away, go up, over, down, move it, go to the right, and then over, up, over, down. And that was the right piece. That was the piece I wanted, but it didn't, it's not in the right spot. So now we're going to do the same thing to take it out. So we'll just take an imaginary piece like this one, move it away, go like this, rotate, and then put it back. So now that piece we took out, and it is now the other way, so we don't really know. It's right here, it twisted because we did that algorithm, but now we know that it doesn't go here, but it lines up with this piece and this one, so it definitely goes here. So we can do that right algorithm again to put it in like that, and there we go. So now we'll look for another piece. This one lines up, but this piece is already solved and this piece is not, so, and it doesn't line up with this top center, so I know it goes in here. And this is the algorithm for the left side. Move it away, then do this, and then that matches them up, and then we're going to rotate and then put them in like this, and now it's in. So see if you have any more, and this one is not solved, and I know because when I try and rub it against it, my finger stops because it doesn't match up. So this one, this is a good example of an edge that we don't want. It does line up on the top or the side, but it lines up on the top. So if I try and put it in, this is what happens. It's the wrong edge. So we'll look for the correct, the edge we want, and here we go. This lines up on the side but not on the top, and it goes on the right side because this last one is already solved, and then we'll solve it. And there we go. So now you should have the first 2 layers. The next thing you're going to do is get all of the pieces to line up, all the edge pieces to line up on the top like this. So we already have 2. Now we still have this one and this one to solve. But there are 4 cases. 1, none of them will be solved. 2, they'll all be solved. 3, 2 of them will be solved, but they will be next to each other. And the last one is if they're both solved but across from each other. So in this case, none of them are solved, so we're going to do this algorithm. And there we go. So now there are 2 edges solved on the top, this one and this one. And when this happens, you're going to move it to the top left like this, and then you're going to do that case again, or the algorithm again. And then that makes this, the 2 on top away from each other. And then you're going to do it when it's like this, not like this, like this. And then now it is solved. So when there's 2, you want to at least get 2. So if you can't get 2, then what you're going to do is this algorithm. And you should at least have 2 now. So if you have 2, you're going to put them like before, the top and the left, and then you're going to do that same algorithm. And then if you keep turning it until they're solved, it is solved now. At least those 4 edges. But if you can only get 2, you're going to do that algorithm from anywhere, it doesn't matter. And then it'll create 2, and then I'll just do this one more time just so you guys know for sure. Put the good edges in the top and the left, and then do that same algorithm. And then keep turning it until it's solved, and there we go. Now you can see that we're almost done. We only have the corners left. So how we're going to do this is the most dangerous part of the solving, because you can destroy the whole thing if you do this wrong. So make sure you do this right. So you're going to put the face that we've been working on that is not solved on the bottom. And then we're going to turn our attention to the bottom right to where 1 is wrong. So this piece is good, so we don't need to do that one. This piece is bad, so we put them on the bottom right like this. Then you're going to do this like this to put it up there. Now we want that piece where it belongs, and that it belongs here, obviously, because this piece right here, the space here is so big. So we're going to put that to where it is, and then we're going to undo those 3 moves that we did before. So now it's in its spot. It's not in the right, but we'll fix that next. So now we need this piece in the right spot. That goes here because it's the next biggest spot, and then we're going to put it in here like this. And now that actually did solve, so that's nice. But if it didn't solve, it's okay as long as it's in its spot. Now we need this piece in its right spot. That is this right here, this piece. So we're going to put that right here and then undo those 3 moves. So now I'm down to 2. You might be down to 4. But you're going to do this, and you're going to put a wrong or a bad edge right here on the bottom right, and do those 4 moves that I showed you before, and just keep doing it until it solves. And if you do this wrong, it can destroy the whole cube. And so next, you're going to slide the bottom layer over to the next one. Don't go and rotate, because that will destroy the cube. You want to rotate the bottom layer until you get the next wrong one. So this one, and we're going to keep doing those 4 moves. And there we go. And if you have more, then just keep doing it. But if you don't, just fix it, and there you go. That is how to solve the mirror cube. I hope this helped. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.